Mic check 1 2, mic check 1 2. What's good? What's good, y'all? Welcome, peace, welcome. Thank you so much for tapping in, for joining your boy today. My name is Cephas Johnson, and this is the second installation to my new vlog channel. So thank you once again for joining me. So with that, let's go ahead and jump straight into it. So the topic for today is career change. So why change careers right now at this point of my life? 48 years old, already created a career path for myself, been in the same lane for the last 23 years. I'm comfortable, I'm kind of set. I could easily just ride out and retire. So why make a change right now at this point in my life? And before I actually go into the reasons as to why, I want to name a couple things first off top. And one is I do understand that I am in a unique position, different than most people in my age bracket, where no kids, no dependents, right? Single, not married, live by myself. And so for that reason, with no financial binds holding me back, I'm free to kind of do whatever I want to do when it comes to making money in my career. So I do want to name that. The other thing I want to name before I go into the reasons as to why is I can tell y'all right now, right off top, that this has been one of the best decisions I have made in my life. I feel free, open, empowered. I feel as though I have the opportunity to create a new lane for myself, to kind of reinvent and restart. And so with that, with no hesitation whatsoever, I made this decision, and I am so grateful that I did, because I am ready to create something brand new. So for my background story, I've worked in education for the past 23 years. I did 16 years as a classroom teacher, and then I moved into administration, where I was a middle school assistant principal and then an elementary school principal for the last 2 years. So with that, as a classroom teacher, I loved the work. I loved working with kids. I loved my students. I loved being a part of a school community, and that brought me a lot of joy. It was when I became an administrator where I started to feel the disconnect between my values and my spirit and this work that I was doing in public education. And the way I feel right now is this work just doesn't align with my spirit and who I want to be as a person. The turning point for me was this school year when my district went through what's called a budget crisis. So during the crisis, the first thing they talked about were school closures, right? And my schools was one of the schools on the list. From there, they went to cutting staff, teachers, office workers, social workers, counselors, right? And then they went to cutting resources, arts programs, music programs. They even went as far as to cut the language program at the school I was currently working at. So with that, I started to question, why am I even doing this work? Right? If the district is not going to give me the tools, the resources needed to adequately educate my students, why am I even choosing to be in a position to lead a school if I know they're setting me up for failure? The other turning point for me was as I began to deepen my meditation practice. As I began to be still and silent and really tap into what brings me joy, how I can be of service to God and the planet, and what I want to do with the rest of my life, I knew right away that working in public education was not it for me. Once I started to put more energy internally and divest some of that energy from running my school, focus in, be still, feel into it, I was like, no, this is not for me. And I felt that in my core. The other reason I'm changing careers right now at this point in my life is for financial reasons. Folks who work in public education are undervalued and underpaid. Teachers, educators work so hard. Speaking for myself personally, I have put in so much work for my students who I've taught, for the schools that I have led. I've done so much service to humanity and for kids and for just people and humanity in general that I want to be compensated. I know my worth. I know how hard I've worked. I know how hard I will continue to work, and I want to be compensated accordingly. So yes, with that, I want to get paid. I want to make money. That's part of the reason I'm making this career change. The other reason I'm deciding to change careers right now is quality of life, is because I want to live my life to the fullest. I want to be happy. I want to feel joyful. I want to feel committed to the work that I'm doing. I want to know that I'm making a difference on the planet, for humanity, and the lives of the people that I serve. And I want to know that I'm invested in working hard for something that I feel in my spirit I am meant to be and meant to do. I'm also changing careers right now because, like I said, I began to deepen my meditation practice. I was able to tap in and realize that this work is not serving me. This is not my lane. This is not the work I should be doing, right? And with that knowledge and that understanding also comes responsibility. So with that, I kept asking myself, if not now, then when? If I don't step out of this lane right now, then when do I do it? Because I don't want to reach the end of my days, on my deathbed, reflecting on my life, and feel as though I never spread my wings. I never challenged myself. I never stepped outside of my comfort zone to create something new. I just kind of stayed comfortable and stayed put. I don't want to get to the end and have that understanding. I'd rather go ahead, be uncomfortable right now, spread my wings, step out of that comfort and see what I can create, rather than reaching the end and just saying, you know what, I never even tried. So with that, I will say I am so grateful for this opportunity. The opportunity to just step outside of comfort and to challenge myself to grow to new heights. I am truly grateful. So I hope that my story and my journey could be an inspiration to y'all. Because I know there's folks out there who feel the same way that I feel. You're trapped in this one career lane and you might want to step out to try something different. And I'm here to tell y'all right now that if I can do it, you can do it. So follow me on this journey. I hope to inspire you, maybe motivate you, maybe give you some ideas. Feel free to drop a line, leave any comments, any feedbacks. And if you are thinking about changing careers, what are you changing into? And if you are thinking about changing careers, but you feel like you're kind of held back, a little hesitant, drop a comment. What's holding you back? Once again, I do appreciate you for being here. My name is Cephas Johnson, and join me on my journey. I'm going to make this happen, y'all. Thank you. Peace.